According to Kibaki, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, he says that what Ruto has done in 2 years surpasses what Kibaki did in his first 5 years term. No, I disagree with that. I disagree with that because one thing they say, actions speak louder than words. So there is no time that Kibaki or anybody in his government ever said that they have done a lot. They never blew their own trumpets. There is a Swahili saying that goes like this: kizuri chajiuza, kibaya chajitembeza. At no time at all did Kibaki stand before microphones and say, I have done well. But especially the Gen Z who are not there when Kibaki was the president, Kibaki's actions spoke louder than what is there. So first of all, when you speak, you're already proving that Kibaki did better than you. The second thing is, why are you doing yourself appraisal? If you are doing well, more than what Kibaki did, you would not even have spoken. It would not have even have spoken. It is the people out there who would have said you are doing better than Kibaki. So with the two examples, the example of actions speak louder than words. Kibaki did the action, Kibaki is doing the wording, and you know wording and action, which speaks louder. And the Swahilis also say, kizuri chajiuza, kibaya chajitembeza. To tell you the truth, there is a lot of things which are dissimilar between the Kibaki administration than that is which is similar. If you compare Kibaki administration and the Ruto administration, similarities are very, very few. Dissimilarities are very many. And one keeps wondering, all of us keep wondering. Suppose Kibaki did not have the accident that he had. Suppose Kibaki was okay without the accident at Mombasa Road. Suppose Raila did not come up with his MOU. Then Kibaki would have outperformed himself. But then you find that Kibaki was sick and Wamalwa Kijana was sick. They were both in Nairobi hospital, something that had never been seen. And back home, everybody was fighting. Some small people like control of the State House was now in charge of the country. And then when Kibaki recovered, actually Kibaki never recovered. The effect of the accident he carried up to the rest of his life. But I'm saying that from the time he recovered, when Kibaki recovered, he had to fight the MOU. He came up with a very good constitution, the 2005. But people just went against that constitution to prove to him that it is us who placed you as the president and you have refused to follow what we wanted. Now the other thing that makes it Kibaki and Ruto be different. One, and a major point is this. Kibaki would spend I don't know how many weeks without appearing. Okay, Kibaki would spend 3 weeks without appearing in the news. Ruto can hardly spend 3 days without appearing in the news. Is that similarity? To me, it doesn't look as if it's similar. The other thing about Kibaki is that Kibaki assigned a minister his job. Kibaki assigned a minister his job and let the minister work. When it comes to Ruto's administration, at times, a cabinet secretary can easily say that I can't do it because the ministry is being micromanaged from elsewhere. What am I saying so? For example, the Minister for Finance, or even the Minister for Foreign Affairs. There is somebody who is the president's what? Financial advisor, chief financial advisor. There is also the chief foreign affairs advisor. Now you find these people, the Ministry of Finance is run more to the tunes of the president's financial advisor. That is Ruto. When you find foreign and any other ministry, so you find that the very many people he has employed, you know, he has a lot of people who are his advisors on various things. These are the people who run the ministries. The minister is there as a figurehead. Now let us compare that one with Kibaki. Kibaki, when he looked around, he felt that so and so was good in this and that ministry. And just like any other politician, Kibaki promised people. Kibaki promised people that he will. Kibaki promised people that he will do ABCD. Some of the things which were impossible to do. Now, what Kibaki did, and I want current and future president to do that, is that if you motivate somebody very well, if you motivate a person very much, he can do the impossible. So Kibaki, I remember when Kibaki was the president, I can't recall who was the minister for education. Kibaki promised people that once he's the president, the, what do we call, free education will be there. Now, I remember the then Minister for Education, whom I have forgotten, went with figures. There are those people who are technical experts in the Ministry of Education. They came up with all that type of figures. And they went and visited Kibaki in State House and told him that Mheshimiwa Rais, what you promised people is impossible. So, look for a way where you'll have a, what do you call, a dignified withdrawal from that promise. What did Kibaki do? He turned to them. He told them, I gave you a job. If you can't, resign. I'll give it to another person. And I'll be giving it to other people until I get somebody who will. When these people are told you either fulfill my election pledges or you don't, they brought in free education. And Kibaki is dead, but were he to be alive today, if you were to ask him, what formula did these people do, he would not know. But I know the formula. The formula was to tell the person, either you fulfill my election pledges or I look for somebody else. We come to roads. We come to roads, and especially when there were elections, subsequent political environment. You'll find that in the subsequent political environments, Raila used to tell people, I do not want to hear people praising, Kibaki for the uplifting of roads and whatever. Partly he's right, partly he's wrong. He is right because when Kibaki became the president, he just told the cabinet people, cabinet secretaries, or by then it was cabinet ministers, he told them, do what we, just find your own ways of doing whatever you want to do. So the other issue I'm saying here is that Kibaki is very opposite of Ruto, because you remember there's another day when Ruto told the cabinet secretaries that the moment I will know a lot about your ministry than you, then know that your days are numbered. Ruto micromanages ministries and departments. What about Kibaki? Kibaki left everybody to do the ministry as he so wished, so long as he does whatever. That is one, and those are several of the examples I could give whereby you can never, and then you can never compare Kibaki to Ruto. You can never compare Kibaki to Ruto. Ruto is a hands-on. Ruto always wants to be on the forefront. And if you look at, let's take an example of these developments that Ruto is launching. He's launching electrification. He's launching roads. He's launching ABCD. If you go to City Mortuary, there used to be the launching of the road from nowadays it's called Raila Odinga Way or something. Go to that road and look at it. I can tell you, that road, there used to be a notice there about its launching. Who launched it? The minister. It was the late Mutula Kilonzo. Minister for what? Minister for Metropolitan, Nairobi Metropolitan or something like that. So that is how Kibaki was. He would, and Kibaki used to follow the Jomo Kenyatta system of government. Because I heard him personally say that when Kenyatta gave you the ministry, he never went back to know what was happening there. He only monitored it, and if it did not perform well, Kenyatta would sack you. It is only just unfortunate that Kibaki had an accident, and Kibaki was put on his toes by none other than Raila Amolo Odinga. If Kibaki would not have had an accident, if Kibaki would not have whatever, and Kibaki, you see, okay, people call Ruto Zakayo. And Ruto says, and I'm one of the people who told him to embrace those nicknames. I'm one of the people who told him. Maybe I was even the first one to say so. But you'll find that Kibaki came up with this thing that is called kulipa ushuru ni kujitegemea. It was during Kibaki's time that Kenyans started feeling that the government does not chase them to look for taxes. Kenyans started going to pay taxes on their own. Kenyans started paying taxes on their own. So Kibaki used to motivate people. And I would not say that Ruto is anywhere near Kibaki. I would be cheating you. Kibaki, there is one thing I'll agree with Ruto. During the burial of Mwai Kibaki, when Ruto was given an opportunity to talk, the then deputy president said, and I will repeat, that Kibaki is the best president Kenya will ever have. He was right, and he is still right. Even today, we will take a long time to have a president near, not equal, but near Mwai Kibaki. So, Ruto is, some of us are supporting him, but trying to equate him with Kibaki, you are taking the joke too far, and you should stop. Thank you.